Wolverine is coming out in another movie.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman's back, baby, and he's in the movie for the last time. This is the last Wolverine movie, I think, supposedly, allegedly, so they say. There's probably going to get like, I don't Chris Pratt or something to play him. But yeah, Hugh Jackman's going to be starring in the Wolverine's kind of trilogy end capper finale, and they're calling it Logan. We got this cool teaser image here, which is very, very gritty, and everyone is kind of speculating maybe that's Deadpool's weird little hand that he has in the movie. Maybe it's a team-up movie. But we actually found out some details. It's going to be X-23. It's going to be the famous sort of like teenage girl Wolverine who has similar healing factor, the same senses and speed and reflexes and all that.
So wait, that's an additional mutant, right? That's not
separate.
That's not Hugh Jackman playing a teenage girl Wolverine.
No, thank you.
I couldn't pre-order those tickets fast enough.
No, it's Sienna Novikov, who is a young actress. I don't think we've seen her in anything notably, but yeah, basically this movie is going to involve Wolverine training sort of a younger female Wolverine Weapon X type person himself. She's got retractable claws in her hands and feet, so she can kick people and stab them at the same time. Mm-hmm. I never liked that. I never like foot knives. It's too like...
It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't like it with Bayonetta. I don't like it with...
Weird. It's kind of weird. But yeah, like I've learned to not really get my hopes up with X-Men movies because I feel like 20th Century Fox has a habit of throwing as many mutants on screen as possible. Mm-hmm. This is a trend that kind of started with X2. You were like, oh hey, like there's a bunch of new characters in here, and I was kind of cool with that at the time, but we've come a long way since then. X-Men 3, they kept throwing more and more in there. Wolverine Origins should have been like a movie about Wolverine, but they're like, let's get all his pals in there. Let's get Sabretooth, let's get Deadpool, let's ruin him, let's get the Blob, let's get Gambit. Like they kind of just messed it up there. And then the Wolverine, which was Wolverine 2 or whatever, that could have been an opportunity to be like, all right, here's a very pared down story. Basically with a Wolverine movie, all I want is like Jason Bourne, but with like God mode and knife hands. You know?
God, that sounds perfect.
Yeah, and as opposed to taking these characters that people do love and adore and really just committing to fleshing them out, with the exceptions, of course, of Wolverine and Professor X and Magneto and Mystique, they haven't really done that in any of the X-Men movies. They always kind of were just like, oh man, the last Nightcrawler is busy. Let's get a younger Nightcrawler and put him in there. Let's get different beasts. Let's screw things up. Let's get Darwin. Like it's just sort of. They kind of, I think they're just trying to get as many new names up there as possible. And like X-23, like it makes sense there, but like, I don't know. I mean, we know that Mr. Sinister is going to be in this, or we think we know, I guess. Mm-hmm. And then we know that Professor X is going to be in there. We saw some set photos. I mean, maybe this will be awesome. Maybe this will be ending on a really high note for the series. But like, I've always liked Hugh Jackman as Wolverine better than any of the movies that Wolverine has showed up in.
Absolutely. And I think my favorite thing is, just like you, that Wolverine's ever done in the comics was just sort of when he gets pissed off and he leaves. Same thing with Raphael in the Ninja Turtles. He gets pissed off, he leaves, and then there's this self-contained, incredible adventure that happens somewhere in like the Canadian wilderness.
Yeah.
Where he's fighting like a bear or an actual Wolverine or like some mutants, and he comes back and he's just like, well, that sucked. That's all I want. I don't really need him in high school or like walking around with like whoever they cast to play Jubilee for half a second in the film. Just give me Wolverine messing stuff up and killing people with his claws, and keep everybody else sort of to the sidelines.
Yeah.
So yeah, cautiously optimistic for this one too. Should be pretty good.
Yeah, I believe when I see it.